warm welcome in the class of Laplace transform. We are in the module 4 of M201 course Mathematics 2. In this particular module, we have already covered up the basic concepts, definitions and the Laplace transform of some basic elementary functions. Along with that, we have also discussed first shifting property, second shifting property, change of scale property and their applications also. After that, we have discussed the property related to Laplace transform when a function is multiplied by t or t square or in general t to the power n. Now, in this class, we are making the extension of the properties of Laplace transform in the regard of ft by t. That means if a function is given to us and its Laplace transform is known to us, then how we are going to find out the Laplace transform of the function divided by t form. So let us proceed for this particular concept and its application. So here the property we are going to start like this: Laplace transform of ft is equal to, we are denoting it by fs, and the definition is also known to us. Then the property tells us that if we take the Laplace transform of 1 by t into ft, that means ft is divided by t. So suppose ft is sin t, so what will be the Laplace transform of sin t by t? If ft is e to the power at, then what will be the Laplace transform of e to the power at by t, and etc. So this process we are going to deal with. So the property tells us that we have to do this calculation, integration s to infinity f bar s ds. So f bar s is given to us or known to us. We are just going to integrate it from s to infinity to get the result of the Laplace transform of 1 by t ft. Here only one thing I must mention, that the result of this integration, if exists, then only we can find it out. That means we have to make the condition that provided that the integral what we have written here, it exists. Now we are going to see the application of this particular property by some problems. The very basic example or the initial example we are taking, that we have to find out the Laplace transform of 1 by t into 1 minus e to the power t. So look at this. If the property is not known to us, then we can find out the Laplace transform of 1 by t and the Laplace transform of e to the power t by t from its definition, and obviously it will be a long integration. But look at this, separately Laplace transform of 1 and Laplace transform of e to the power t is known to us, and we are going to find out the Laplace transform of 1 by t and e to the power t by t, and obviously in conclusion we are going to apply linearity property of Laplace transform. So let us start the problem. We have Laplace transform of 1 minus e to the power t. Using linearity property, we can write it is Laplace transform of 1 and Laplace transform of e to the power t. And as both of them are falling into that standard forms, I can write it as it will be 1 by s and it will be simply 1 by s minus 1. Now, what is asked? Laplace transform of 1 minus e to the power t by t. So, according to the definition or the property what we got, we have to do this integration s to infinity 1 by s minus 1 by s minus 1 ds. So if we can find out the result of this integration, and if it exists, because as it is an improper integration, always there is a question whether it will exist or not, but if it exists, that result will be the desired result of the Laplace transform of 1 minus e to the power t by t. So only remaining job is to integrate this particular problem. So let us proceed according to the system. Limit b tends to infinity, integration s to b 1 by s minus 1 by s minus 1 ds. In the next line, we can write it as limit b tends to infinity. Both the integrations, we can write it as log mod s minus log mod s minus 1. Okay, and the limits are s to b. So in the next line, we can write it as limit b tends to infinity. Using the property of logarithm, I can write it as log of mod of s minus s by s minus 1, and the limit remains same, s to b. Finally, our job is now to find out the limit of this problem. So putting the lower limit and upper limit, we can write it now like that: log b by b minus 1 mod minus log of mod s by s minus 1 is equal to minus log of mod of s by s minus 1, because we have to mention that mod b by b minus 1 can be written as 1 by mod 1 minus 1 by b. Yes or no? It can be taken in the lower part and we can write it like this, which tends to as b tends to infinity. Which tends to 1 basically as b tends to infinity, and if you make it 1, so log 1 will be 0, and for that 0 minus log mod s by s minus 1, that means only minus log mod s minus 1. So you can absorb this minus sign also, or you can keep the answer over here, that is s minus 1 by s, that is taking this minus 1 to the power of this one, and we can just reverse it, that is log mod s minus 1 by s. So this is the answer of this particular problem, which is nothing but application of three things. First one, the Laplace transform of basic functions. Second one, the property, and third one, the calculation process of improper integrations. So let us move for the next problem. The next problem is Find out the Laplace transform of 1 by t of cos at minus cos bt. Look at this. We know first step for this part will be Laplace transform of cos at minus Laplace transform of cos bt to find it out, and it is very easy for us. S by s square plus s square minus s by s square plus b square. Now the second step is to find out Laplace transform of 1 by t of cos at minus cos bt, and according to the definition it will be s to infinity s plus s square minus s by s square plus b square ds. And the third step is to find out the result of this improper integration. Okay, here it will be again similar to some problems related to logarithm, because if you take one of them the pattern is same, so just by integrating the result of one we can write by substituting b in place of a the next result. And finally please complete this problem and you must check whether you are getting the result which is equivalent to log of a square plus b square by a square plus a square whole to the power half. We are moving for some more problems in this particular aspect. Here the question is something different. Show that Laplace transform of cos at by t does not exist. So how we can show it? So let us check. We have Laplace transform of cos at is equal to s by a square plus a square, and from the definition or the property what we have learned today, Laplace transform of cos at by t will be equal to integration s to infinity s by a square plus a square ds, which can be written as limit b tends to infinity integration s to b s by a square plus a square ds is equal to limit b tends to infinity half log of s square plus a square s to b. Now while we are going to find out the limiting value, before that we have to substitute the lower limit and upper limit. We can write it as half of log of b square plus a square minus half of log of s square plus a square. Now only thing is remaining, that the limit. The problem is that when we are trying to find out the limit, here we are getting one point, that is we can write the limit log of b square plus a square tends to infinity as b tends to infinity. So finding out the first part, this limit, is creating a problem to us. Are you getting the point clear? This part is not having any problem, but the first part going to infinity as b tends to infinity. So the whole limit for this problem does not exist, and if the limit does not exist, that means the result of Laplace transform of cos at by t does not exist. So here I want to mention one thing. You are getting here cos at by t, cos bt by t, and I have given you the clue that you will get some result, but separately they are not existing. That means what the concept of improper integral you are using, please recall that, and how you are going to adjust them to find out the result, finite result over here in this problem. Now the next problem for this concept is like this one. Suppose the question is evaluate Laplace transform of e to the power minus 3t sine 2t by t. Before solving this problem, I just want to mention that you can think for sine 2t, then by first shifting property e to the power minus 3t sine 2t, then the property of division by t, so you can think for e to the power minus 3t sine 2t by t, and parallelly another one can theoretically obviously can proceed for sine 2t. After that, using the property of division by t sine 2t by t, and then using first shifting property e to the power minus 3t sine 2t by t. So expecting from your side both the thing will be practiced by you. Here if we start by this process, limit of sine 2t is equal to 2 by a square plus 2 square. Okay, then Laplace transform of sine 2t by t is equal to s to infinity 2 by a square plus 2 square ds, and according to the technique of improper integration we can write it as s to b 2 by a square plus 2 square ds. So in the next line we can write, after putting the lower limit and the upper limit here, it will be 2 by 2. I am doing the integration directly. It will be tan inverse s by 2 s to b. So limit b tends to infinity, tan inverse b by 2 minus tan inverse s by 2. So now putting the limiting value of b, we can get it as pi by 2 minus tan inverse s by 2. Someone can write it as also cot inverse s by 2. So this is the beautiful answer of this particular problem in the regard of sin t by t. One thing is left, that is the product of e to the power minus 3t. So now using first shifting property, we can write now Laplace transform of e to the power minus 3t into sin 2t by t is equal to, just s will be replaced by s plus 3 because here a is minus 3. So it will be cot inverse s plus 3 by 2. Our job is completed over here. So I'm not extending this class anymore. We are now going to practice some problems. First of all, these references can be used and we can practice these problems along with the other problems given in the various textbooks. Finally, I want to thank you all. Happy listening, happy learning.